Right now at noon, the City of Joplin's Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Group meets to discuss plans for a unity walk.
We've managed to stay dry, warm, and muggy so far, but not everybody will be dry later tonight. We'll have the latest on that forecast coming up.
Plus, folks in Columbus, Kansas were able to enjoy a hamburger while supporting a good cause.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says a trooper from Miami is fired after he was charged with sex crimes. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. Court documents say Trooper Jackie Lee Reinhardt pulled over a semi-truck driver for speeding on I-44 near Bay Cabin in Craig County. They say Reinhardt forced sexual acts on the driver. Reinhardt is charged with sexual battery and forcible sodomy. After the charges were filed, the Highway Patrol released a statement saying it terminated Reinhardt's employment. Federal court sentences a Kansas man for meth trafficking. In August of 2022, a Crawford County, Kansas sheriff's deputy tried to stop Justin Lapping, but he fled on motorcycle. Soon after entering Barton County, Missouri, Lapping abandoned the motorcycle and ran. Officers used tasers on Lapping, who was taken into custody with a large amount of meth. Now Lapping is sentenced to 24 years and 6 months without parole for possessing methamphetamine to distribute. Now let's check in with Chris Warner for a look at the forecast.
Yeah, we are warm and we are muggy out there today. Clouds gradually beginning to clear, and we've got slight heat index values, but regardless, that air is still pretty thick. Skywatch Storm Tracker is clear. We managed to miss out on even just a pop-up shower or two through the morning hours. We've still got some activity trying to form well out to our east, but it's what's out to our west that we're going to be keeping an eye on as we head into the evening hours, as we still have that low to elevated risk for strong to severe thunderstorms later tonight. A few strong storms still possible for us Friday morning, and we have an elevated to enhanced risk for severe weather as we head into Saturday. Yesterday started out at 57, made it to 74, so our low not far off of the normal, but our high a few degrees cooler. 81 in Joplin right now, so warming up quickly. 77 in Pittsburgh. Not that sun is out. Look at these temperatures. Upper 70s, low 80s across the area here at the noon hour. Heading into the evening, we're looking to be partly cloudy, a few clouds here and there, and bound down to the low 70s, depending on where you are. But thunderstorm chances could be increasing for some of you, especially in southeast Kansas. We'll take a little full look at that forecast and the storm chances over the next few days here in a few more minutes. Elise?
Thanks. Well, with summer just around the corner, Joplin Parks and Recreation staff have been actively recruiting lifeguards and preparing for the swim season. The good news, both Schiffer-Decker and Cunningham Aquatic Centers will open this year. Both facilities will open 7 days a week this summer. Opening day is Friday, May 31st. For more information, including prices and hours, just dive into our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Fort Scott Community College has named an interim president after Dr. Jason Kegler was placed on administrative leave earlier this week. The FSCC Board of Trustees named Sarah Sutton as the new interim president today at the Cleaver-Burris-Bolio Hall. In a press release from SCC, the college says, quote, "We are working as hard as we can for the future of our students, our employees, and our community," end quote. Well, Joplin's Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Committee held a meeting yesterday afternoon to discuss their plans for the upcoming Unity Walk to be held on June 3rd, Thursday. EDI's goal is to make sure everybody is included. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has that story.
In the past, I've had issues where I've definitely had to hush down a little bit of who I am as a person.
Tabitha Carter's personal experiences opened her eyes to challenges other people might deal with. But a group in Joplin is helping her expand her horizons even more.
I'm educated in things I didn't know previously about inclusion. So even though there are certain things that I face every day, I'm learning a lot about all different areas of inclusion and how I can be a better coworker, how I could be a better boss.
Joplin's Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Committee wants to make sure everyone is treated in the same way, regardless of their sexual orientation, gender identity, nationality, religion, or skin color.
The important part, of course, is to show all of the people coming from all over the world, all over the country, that we support you, your small business and your ventures and your families.
A lot of times people have to feel left out if they happen to look different or if they're differently abled. Anything that maybe separates them, that they feel separates, we have EDI to bring everyone together and to know that really it's as simple as you belong here.
The organization aims to be a safe place for people to share their feelings and show who they truly are.
We're not promoting any certain group over any other certain group. We are simply saying that if you're breathing, you belong. And it's really that simple.
For Colbert King, Idia's goal is to stitch a quilt out of Joplin.
A quilt is made up of a bunch of different squares that look different. Every one of them has different patterns, different squares, different whatever. But when they're all put together and you're stitched together, they make a beautiful quilt. That is diversity. That is what every city needs.
In Joplin, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
EDI's Unity Walk on Third Thursday starts at 6 p.m. June 20th at 2nd and Main. You can find more information at KOAMnewsnow.com. Folks in Columbus, Kansas yesterday were able to get a hamburger while supporting the efforts of the Skilled Resource Center. The center hosted its Burgers on the Patio event with the help of the Columbus firefighters as they were grilling the burgers. All the money raised from the event supports Skill.
Skill, and we help disabled people and elderly people get direct support workers in their home to assist them in their everyday life.
There was also a prize drawings and live music. On My Own, Center for Independent Living in Nevada, Missouri hosted its annual Disability Awareness Lunch fundraiser. Last year, the organization sold 304 plates. This year, its goal was 350. Funds raised by the organization go to supporting aging seniors, youth scholarships, ramps and home modifications, community resources, and much more.
A lot of our programs that we do come from state funding. Our core is a Center for Independent Living. We receive a grant from the state of Missouri to be a Center for Independent Living. We are way behind the times in Missouri for funding for our Center for Independent Living grant. Last year we did receive a one-time increase, but that was a one-time increase.
For $10, diners could get a barbecue sandwich, chips, cookie, pickle, and a bottle of water, all to help a good cause. Coming up, researchers dig up the past as they excavate a site related to the Bloody Bender family. And later, we're making extra crispy fried chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Moviegoers in Anderson, Missouri had the chance to take in the Butterfly People yesterday evening at the Flick Theater. The hour-long documentary revisits the Joplin tornado, the aftermath, and the miraculous stories which involved concerning the intervention and protection of the Butterfly People. For some, the documentary stands as a stark reminder of the devastation that struck the Joplin community.
I think, just like with 9/11, after a while it gets complacent, right? Like people forget about it. And so we want to make sure that people still remember, what happened and how many lives were lost and really what it brought the community together of Joplin.
It gives me goosebumps because we're privileged and we're blessed. And I think for some people this might be a healing process for them. And for some, like my grandsons, a learning it's history. And here we are right here at the Flick in Anderson getting to see it. And for some, it might be bittersweet.
The film was written and directed by Gregory Fish, who also made Steadfast, the story of the Joplin tornado. Joplin's home for independent and local film will dim its lights after 6 years. Bookhouse Cinema has decided to close its doors on June 9th. The owners say while the property is for sale, they will maintain normal operating hours until the closing day. They go on to say they have a plan to, quote, provide Joplin with a cinema-focused space in the very near future, end quote. University of Kansas students are getting their hands dirty with some excavation just outside of Parsons. The site is reportedly the location where events involving the murderous Bloody Bender family took place. Not only are students getting hands-on in the field training, according to their professor, they are also able to understand the story and history behind it all.
This is a really exciting way to tell the community what we're finding and to really illuminate the time that the people were here and the awful things that happened here, is to kind of tie it really back to the material objects that we're finding. And so that's kind of really neat. I think it's really important for students to see that the work that they do is of interest to the community around them. And
the team will be on site for another week. Then they'll take the material they have collected and analyze it over the coming months. Well, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
It's time to shake up your Memorial Day menu with a dish that's good, hot or cold, and is always welcome. Any ideas about what it is?
And we've got more thunderstorms on the way for at least some of us tonight, a few more of us as we head through the next few days. We'll have a look at that forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. So again, we missed out on some of those isolated shower and storm chances early this morning, but we do have more thunderstorm chances as we head into the evening. So here's another quick look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Nothing in our immediate area. We got some shower thunderstorm activity well to our east, well to our south, but nothing here. However, for at least some of us, we do have that opportunity of seeing a stray thunderstorm as we head into the evening. And if we do have a severe threat associated with that. We have a low wind tornado risk in our far western counties still, and we have that low to elevated wind and hail risk. And the only thing that's changed since this morning is that hail risk has been expanded a little further east across parts of the area. Then we have severe thunderstorm chances continuing. Tomorrow, between, we're going to say roughly 7 a.m. and 2 p.m., we could see some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms in the eastern half of our area. Saturday is our possible alert day as we have that risk for elevated to enhanced risk, rather, for strong to severe thunderstorms late Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then as we go into Sunday, we have another risk out there as well we'll talk about. All right, so here's the future track heading down the road today to about 5 o'clock. We are warm, we are muggy, and we are, in some cases, mostly clear. Then we get to 9, and we've got this thunderstorm complex beginning to roll into our western counties by 9 tonight. Now, there are some different model setups out there. Some of them suggest that these thunderstorms may continue for just a little bit, but will start losing intensity as they get closer to the Missouri-Kansas border. There's another model out there that suggests as soon as these storms start to enter our immediate area, they die out before they make it much further past the Yates Center, Fredonia, Coffeyville. So we'll keep an eye on them, but the storms we do see could be strong to severe. As we head into tomorrow morning, here we go again, another round of scattered showers and thunderstorms, and this looks to be maybe a little more widespread than the other day, but the same kind of setup. We'll get thunderstorms firing pretty quickly through the morning. And some of those could be strong to low-grade severe. So that's something else that we'll have to monitor. And these could continue even into the evening hours. We could see a re-flare of some of these storms south of I-44 late Friday. Then overnight Friday into Saturday, we're dry. Saturday looks pretty good for most of the day. And then by late evening, that's when we're going to see that opportunity. So here we are, 8, 9 o'clock for more strong to severe thunderstorms across the area. And these will continue through the overnight hours, and they should be done by about 3 or 4 a.m. completely. There'll be lingering showers here and there, but the main complex should be done maybe as early as 1 o'clock if we can get lucky. Then we head into Sunday. Sunday, that threat shifts east. So this is what the other half is that we're watching, is there's the potential for some redevelopment following the thunderstorm complex late Sunday or Saturday into very early Sunday morning. We could see some redevelopment, and if that takes place, it'll be in an environment favorable for it to intensify rapidly and become severe. However, we're going to be on the edge of that development, and it will race quickly to the east, where you can see they have a much higher severe threat as we head into Sunday. So anything we see would likely be out of here by noon, 1 o'clock at the latest on Sunday. So just something to keep in mind. Still looking to be into the low 80s for most of us today, maybe even some mid 80s out there. We have a few morning storms tomorrow. Then we could see additional storms. We're watching the possibility of a severe storm Saturday into Sunday. Get a little break Monday, Tuesday, a few more scattered showers and storms next Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But got to keep an eye on the storms tonight into tomorrow morning, and then really watching that system as we go Saturday night into Sunday.
Absolutely, lots to look out for. Thanks,
we
Chris. Well, stick around. We're making extra crispy fried chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Today's Mr. Food recipe is perfect for a sit-down meal with the family or to take on a picnic under the warm summer sky. Howard shows us how to make extra crispy fried chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
With Memorial Day right around the corner, many of us are starting to think about what we can serve when the family comes over. If you're like me, you want something that you can make ahead, something that'll feed a crowd, and of course, something that's really tasty. How about fried chicken that's so crispy, your relative sitting across from you can hear the crunch? We start by bathing some cut up bone-in chicken in a mixture of milk mixed with a beaten egg. From there, we dip the chicken into some seasoned flour, and once it's coated, gently shake off the excess flour. Before we add our chicken to the hot oil, we want to make sure the temperature is 350 degrees. This way, it'll cook evenly inside and out. After it's cooked, we let it drain for a second on a wire rack, and it's ready to dig into. You can also make this a day or so ahead and serve it chilled, or simply heat it up in a warm oven right before serving it. Talk about a main dish that will be welcomed with open arms. Of course, you'll want to team this with your typical go-alongs. To get your hands on the recipe for our extra crispy fried chicken, head over to our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with Kelly, where today we found a crispy, crunchy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can, of course, find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go on over to our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, here's a look at the 4 state market prices.
All right, so we've got ourselves some possible thunderstorms late this evening. Some of those could be strong to severe, and some strong low-grade severe thunderstorms tomorrow morning, and maybe a couple in the evening as well. Possible alert day still in place for Saturday. Strong to severe thunderstorms late Saturday into Sunday morning. So we still have a few days worth watching with strong to severe thunderstorm chances before we finally get a break by next Monday and Tuesday. But between here and there, it could be a bit of a rocky journey.
You and the rest of the weather team will stay busy and keep us informed.
We will be.
Absolutely. What do you have for us tonight, Dal?
Lots coming up at 5. For starters, your summer vacation plans could hit you in the wallet as inflation topped the list of very important issues for Americans in a recent poll, with more than half saying gas prices are now a hardship or difficult. We're going to see how high gas prices could impact your Memorial Day weekend travel. Plus, for the first time in 2 decades, Kansas high school students will have new graduation requirements. We're going to bring you details on the changes set to begin this coming fall. And 5 students from Webb City go viral on TikTok thanks to their talent show performance. Yeah, looking forward to that. Hope you join us. KOAM News at 5.
Absolutely. Lots to look forward to. Thanks, Dal. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.